Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I didn't really know what to do for this week's video, so we are going to be doing another get ready with me yapping video. So today's plan is, the main thing I have to do is I'm taking my dog Sydney to her obedience training. This will be her second official obedience training appointment. It'll be the third time I'm there, because the first time was just like a consultation appointment. Bro, I love her, I adopted her. She's 2 years old, she's from a shelter. She's likely, she's likely some sort of like what's labeled as like an aggressive breed just because, looking at her or whatever. But she was labeled as a mixed breed at the shelter. Anyway, I do love her. She's a really sweet girl, but clearly, the first 2 years of her life when she was with another family, they were not treating her well. So because of that, she does have some like behavioral issues. Some people will say like, oh, they're like bred to be aggressive, yada yada yada, but I don't think that's true, really. I mean, like, obviously some dog breeds were bred, like, specific, like pit bulls and stuff specifically were bred for dog fighting, which is actually the worst thing ever. Like, that's actually so horrible. But even then, I don't think that they're naturally aggressive, I think that they're more bred for that kind of thing because like their jaw is really strong and stuff, which is horrible as well. Basically, I don't think that they're more likely to attack based on their breed, but I think that they can do more damage because of the way they're built. But Sydney, is not unique because unfortunately this happens so often. It's so horrible, but, her previous owners were terrible to her, and she clearly has like some sort of PTSD from that. Like, she clearly has lasting trauma from that because she's really afraid of people. She was never afraid of me, like right out the gate. Like when I met her in the shelter she was at, and when I brought her home and everything, she never had a problem with me, like, at all. But she does have a problem like with strangers. Like if we pass, like, the first time we had a problem with a stranger, like, since her being my dog, was when I was on a walk with her and an older man asked to pet her, and I was like, oh, okay, because I thought it would be fine, because she was always fine with me and, like, other people I brought around her. I'd only brought like 1 or 2 people around her at that point, but anyways. I was like, oh, okay, and then she started like growling at this guy. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I knew that she had a problem, like, sort of with men sometimes, just because, what the shelter said. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, she's afraid of men sometimes. I wasn't expecting her to do that. Like, I don't know why she did that, sorry. And then we walk away. The thing is, I don't think it's really men that's her problem. When I was taking her to her, like, first appointment, the obedience training, like, consultation appointment, I warned the guy, like, oh, she's afraid of men, because he's a man. And I was like, she's afraid of men, by the way. And he was like, okay. And I brought her there, and she loved the trainer. Like, never had a single problem with the trainer at all. And then that same day, I brought her to meet my boyfriend's parents, and she was fine with his dad and everything. So it's not like men, I don't think. She will growl at women too, that's the thing. Like when I'm walking her, like the other day I was walking her, and I've been muzzling her whenever I take her on a walk. We'll get into that in a minute, but she was wearing a muzzle the other day when I was walking her. And I was home, and this woman from across the street, she didn't say like, can I pet her? She goes, she didn't say, can I pet her? She goes, I'll pet her. And I was like, okay. Because she was wearing the muzzle, that's why I said okay, because if she wasn't wearing the muzzle, I was like, I would have been like, I don't want you to get bitten, But since she was wearing the muzzle, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So this lady's really, really nice. She has a couple of wiener dogs. I think I've met her before. And she goes to pet Sydney, and Sydney starts growling, and I'm like, I'm sorry, we're gonna go home, And the lady was really, really nice. She was like, oh, it's okay, dogs growl. She was like, oh, I have 3 dogs. And I was like, I felt really, I don't know, is touched the right word? It was nice to have somebody understand, because I'm just like, my biggest fear is somebody's like gonna complain about me having her because she growls at people, So the reason I've been muzzling her when I take her out, I didn't have a muzzle for her, like, but my parents came to visit me in town, like, 2 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, let's just meet outside when you guys get here, just so the dog, doesn't get upset about you coming into her space, which she said hi to my mom first, and she liked my mom, my mom thought, oh, she's so cute and little, because she's little. My mom was like, oh, she's so cute and little, and like, she's very sweet. And then she turns to my dad, starts losing it at my dad. She starts growling. This is probably the most upset I have ever seen her. She was really like baring her teeth, like she wanted to bite my dad. She did try to bite my dad. And I was like, all right, you know what, let me take her to the dog park, because we had like a similar situation happen. with somebody else, where we took her to the dog park, and then she calmed down. And, like, we had them meet through the fence or whatever, and then she calmed down. I was like, okay, let me do the same thing with my dad. So I was like, okay, stay on the other side of the fence. Don't come in the dog park. I'm gonna take her in the dog park. I'm gonna, like, hold your hand or touch you or something to show her that you're a safe person, because that's what I did with the other person. And that did not work. She was still gnashing her teeth. This was, like, 11 o'clock at night, too. So people, like, one person was like, can you bring her inside? And I was like, yeah, I'm working on it, sorry. I don't want her to, like, eat my dad if we go inside, you know? And I sent a video to the trainer, and I was like, what do I do? Because, like, she's freaking out. And he goes, oh, have her approach your dad. And I was like, okay. So what I ended up actually doing was I have some anti-anxiety medication for her that I got from the vet, because she's not a very good girl at the vet, unfortunately, either. She doesn't like getting her shots. So they prescribed her some anxiety medication for the next time she comes there, which, honestly, it doesn't really have much of an effect on her. So I gave her some of that. It doesn't really calm her down, like, at all, so I don't know. And I kept her in my room for the rest of the night so that my parents could be in the apartment and had, like, you know, she wouldn't kill them. So the next day, my parents went out and they got her, like, a cloth muzzle, which those are the kinds that, like, aren't as comfortable for them, but that's the only one that had at the store. And we put that on her, and we had her meet them again. And I wanted them to meet outside again because, you know, this is her house, this is her space. But my parents were like, no, let's just be in the space, and she's wearing her muzzle, she can't hurt us. And I was like, okay. So they met in the living room while she was, like, on her medication as well, muzzled. She was still super excited. She wasn't upset, she didn't growl or anything. But she's a little iffy about my dad still. So we had her wearing the muzzle for a couple hours, and then we all took her for a walk later that day. And we had the muzzle off at that point. I think we took a muzzle off to feed her dinner that day. And I don't like her wearing the muzzle for that long, but again, my parents were in the house, and we didn't know how she was gonna react, you know? And you know, my dad was like, you know, if she tries to bite me, I'm gonna have to, and I was like, okay, let's keep the muzzle on. You know, I get it. Why he said that, why, you know, if a dog's trying to harm you, okay, but, like, let's not talk about this, let's just keep the muzzle on her, okay, I don't want to think about that, that's the worst case scenario, you know? But when we were coming back from the walk, she starts growling at my dad again. We walk back in the door, and it's like he was with her the whole walk, so I don't know why she suddenly got upset again. So we put the muzzle back on her, and then I think took it off again a little bit later, and then she was okay with my dad through the night. I don't know why she doesn't like my dad. My dad, like, you know, I was telling the trainer that we're going to, I was telling him, like, yeah, she'll just start growling at, like, random people that, like, you know, just came near her, really. Like, that's all I gotta do, is I gotta, like, come near her and just start growling. And the trainer said, oh, well, like, basically he was like, dogs can sense somebody's evil aura. And, like, I was like, okay, like, even when he said that the first time, I was like, well, there's no way this many people in my neighborhood have an evil aura. It's, like, more than half them. I'm like, I'm afraid to even go around people with her because I don't want her to, like, make a scene, you know? But then when she did it to my dad, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a problem with the dog. Like, she is not sensing an evil aura in my dad. Dogs always love my dad. So I told the trainer I gave her medication and muzzled her, blah, blah, blah. And he said, oh, okay, we'll address this in our next appointment. I don't know if me muzzling her whenever we go on a walk is good or bad, because she does not listen to me when she's muzzled. She's too, like, I feel horrible because she's, like, very focused on trying to get it off because she hates wearing it, which I get it. I'm sure that's not comfortable. At the same time, I can't have you trying to bite people, you know? I tried to get her a basket muzzle, which is, like, the kind that, like, goes on your, you know, they can open their mouths in it. It's a little more comfortable for them. But she won't even let me get the one on her. It's a lot easier for me to get the cloth one on her. Unfortunately, if she would let me get it on her, I'd be putting the more comfortable one on her all the time. But she won't let me get it on her, which is really annoying. I think a part of the problem was, like, you know, how she was treated. She has some lasting trauma from that. I think another part of the problem is that she really wasn't socialized at all the first 2 years of her life, because her previous owners, this is a story that the shelter told me, is the previous owners kept her in the house all day because they couldn't afford to take her to the vet. They kept her inside all the time because they thought if they let her go outside, she would get sick because she wasn't vaccinated against anything, which, that's tough. But in that situation, if you can't afford to get vaccinations for your dog, I would at least try to rehome her. I don't know about immediately taking her to a shelter because obviously that's, like, the last place you want a dog to end up. Like, if these people really loved her, which I don't think they did, I don't think they were treating her very well. But if these people were actually loving towards her and they actually wanted what was best for her, it's unfortunate, but I think the best case scenario would be to find somebody you trust to take care of her and who could, you know, provide for her. Like, I don't have a lot of money, but I have enough to feed her, take her to the vet, etc. And I'm not like saying that like makes me like better than somebody, but I'm just saying if you can't provide that for the dog, it's probably best to not have the dog just for the dog's sake. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like insensitive, but I just feel like, you know, to care for another being, you should have the resources in order to care for that being, you know? But yeah, she was never let outside in the first, like, I would say like year and a half, almost 2 years of her life, because she was in the shelter for 2 months. She was like a year and 7 months when they took her there, so a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. Or wait, no, I did math wrong. A year and 9 months she was, because I had her for a month and then she turned 2 years old. Anyways, so she was never around like strangers and stuff, so I don't know what to do about that, because I need to socialize her, but I also cannot be bringing, like, because if a puppy does this, it's like one thing, because puppies can't really hurt you. I cannot be bringing my full-size dog into public with her giant, strong jowls, you know, or like giant, strong jaw. That's gonna like try to bite everybody, you know? So I don't know how to safely socialize her. So my plan, I'm gonna ask the trainer about this today, and I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll put it in at the end of this video, what he says about this. My plan is to maybe muzzle her and just take her in public with me more, like walk around in, like, you know, in a park or something with me more. And she can get upset all she wants, but she can't hurt anybody, you know? And then that's also better than walking her around my neighborhood, because if she does start to growl at somebody, we can just walk away. And then that person can't complain about me having her, like, to the apartment complex, you know what I mean? But anyways, our training appointment is at 4 o'clock. I should probably leave at, like, 3, because it takes a while to get, like, to the place, to this guy's house. I don't know what time it is now. It's, like, 12-something. I'm still in my pajamas, because I had, like, a tutoring appointment this morning and stuff. Today is Tuesday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't have to go into school because I can like watch my lecture for the only class I have today online. So it's very convenient. This morning I had a tutoring appointment for management accounting, this is the first time I met with this tutor. I don't think I'm going to be meeting with this tutor again. I got like an online tutor that I can do like a Zoom call with. She didn't really help me. And these tutoring sessions are expensive. It's $630. Oh my god, that's so much money. It's $630 for 8 hours of tutoring for a month. So I met with her and wasted one of my hours. I don't think I'm gonna meet with her again, because she really didn't help me. Actually, I'm gonna cut some new lashes. These are pretty used. I've been meeting with a different tutor. My other tutor I meet with is really helpful. She's my age. She's, I think, in the exact same age as me. She's in the year I would have been in if I didn't take a year off of college. So she's like a year above me, but you know. And she goes to Cornell, I think. She's very helpful. She helped me a lot, which is good, because in pre-calc, my first exam, oh my god, I got like a raw score, I got like a 50-something. And that's like actually painful to admit out loud. I swear to god I studied, but I'm struggling in that class. That's why I got the tutor. My next pre-calc exam is this Friday, which is Halloween. Hooray. I love my Halloween exam. So I'm meeting with my pre-calc tutor 2 times this week for an hour, so that's 2 hours. How many hours have I met with her? I met with her twice already. That's 2 more hours, and then I had that 1 hour today with the other tutors. That's 5 hours used for this month. And the month's over. So I have 3 more for next month. I don't know if I necessarily need an accounting tutor. I feel like I do, just because I don't really know what's going on a lot of the time, but I also feel like I feel like that's easier to learn, or like teach myself basically with studying, than it is to learn like pre-calc. I just took my accounting midterm, and I feel like I did okay. I haven't gotten my score back yet, so like I might be like super wrong. I feel like I did okay on it. I don't know how oh my god, this is gonna be like sharp and pointy. I can see the way I'm cutting it. It's gonna be like sharp and pointy. Anyways, I don't know how I did on the multiple choice, which is like 50% of the grade of that is multiple choice. I hope I did okay, but honestly, it's like, for the multiple choice, it's really annoying, because they'd be like, which answer is the most true? And they'll give you 4 different answers for whatever question they ask that are all technically true, and you have to pick the one that is the most true, and it's like, that is torture, because it's really hard to decide which one's the most true, you know? For most of like the, you know, actual math problem questions though, for the accounting exam, I think I did okay on most of the sections, except for the first one. The first one threw me, but I think the rest of them I did pretty well on. I don't know. I need a 3.0 GPA. That is the GPA I need to stay in my apartment. And I'm doing pretty well in most of my other classes. So the other classes I'm taking, I'm taking pre-calc, I'm taking accounting. I'm taking UB seminar, which is like literally a class about going to UB. It's stupid, but it's a requirement to go to UB. I'm taking geology, which I'm doing really well in. It's an online class. I love that class because it's online and I can do it whenever I want and not at a certain time. That's really good for flexibility of a schedule. I would like to get more classes like that next semester. And then I'm taking psychology, which I'm also doing pretty well in. I'm getting like, you know, B pluses or A's in the like those other classes. I don't know about the UB seminar one because we haven't really had much work to do, and I've gotten like 100 on the work we have done, but we have to do like a group project now, and I'm the only girl in my group. I'm like, okay, so all the work's gonna be on me because I'm the only girl in the group. So I can get away with getting like slightly lower scores in accounting and pre-calc, but I'd rather not. I'd rather, you know, I'm gonna go put on my outfit for today while my lash glue dries. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let me finish my lashes and I will show you my outfit. Actually, this needs to dry a little bit more before I put it on. So I'll show you my outfit now. I'll move you. My room, is my room messy? It's a little messy. Okay, here's the outfit. I'm wearing this Aeropostale hoodie. Isn't that kind of sick? That design on the Aeropostale hoodie? And then I'm wearing one of my like MMA Elite like thermal shirts, my waffle knit thermal shirts with the cross on it. I think it has a cross on the back too. It looks kind of sick because it's cold. Like it's cold here. Like I knew it was gonna be cold when I moved here. It's cold here though. And then I'm wearing this pair of jeans with a belt because they are too big on me now. Hooray. My shirt and the hoodie don't really match, but it's fine because you can't see the shirt when I'm wearing the hoodie. Or actually, does it poke out underneath? I don't think so because the hoodie's like oversized. Like I said, I gotta leave at like 3. I have some stuff I want to do today. Like I don't have to do it, but I have like a bunch of videos I want to make today. Like TikToks. I'll try to make as many as I can. I want to be an influencer so bad, guys. Like, I feel like I'm making it there. Like, I feel like as long as I just keep going, I'll get there. I want this so bad. I want this so bad. I've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm, like, finally getting there. I feel like I talk about this in every one of my videos. I want this so bad, guys. And I don't think that's cringe. People think it's, like, cringe when you're trying. It's not cringe when the people who actually succeeded are doing it, but it would have been cringe, you know, before they succeeded. Does this lash look weird? I feel like it does, low-key. I'm gonna redo it. Ugh. I mean, I can just make, no. I don't really have time to make videos tomorrow. I have to pack some orders, too, today from Depop. I'm really starting to slow down my Depop, even though I really shouldn't because I am not making enough from social media to replace my Depop career, but I don't really want to do it that much anymore. Like, I'll do it on the side, but I don't want it to be my main thing anymore, but it kind of has to be until I get big enough on social media, which I don't know when that will be, but hopefully soon. Yeah, I don't think I'll have time to do like videos tomorrow because I have a lot going on after school tomorrow. I can make them on Thursday though. That's the nice thing about, again, having to do being able to do online class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I got an offer from, I don't know, what is it called? Like an agency, whatever, for this thing called LTK, which I thought was gonna be like a commission-based, like, I don't know, not social media manager, but like influencer agency thing, basically something to help me get brand deals, which it can be, but you have to do, like, I don't like doing like the affiliate marketing stuff because it's, I don't know, it doesn't seem as worth it for me. Like, instead of getting paid for like a sponsored video, instead of just getting paid only if somebody clicks on my specific link to buy the thing. I don't really like that. I say this while most of my TikToks have TikTok shop items on them. Not really. I'm not trying to sell those things though. Like, I only put TikTok shop items on my videos because my videos do way better because TikTok pushes those videos a lot more. So if most of my videos have like my lip rings tagged on them. I saw somebody in a comment talking about me on a video that was not mine, but I saw somebody talking about me and going, oh yeah, I used to like her, but then she started posting all these TikTok shop videos. I'm like, I don't even try to sell products to you. Like, I'm rarely talking about the product, and even if I am, I'm not trying to like really push you to like buy it. I'm just talking about like usually if I'm talking about the product that's linked in the video, it's because I'm like doing a video about it just to see like if it works or whatever, or just you know, for example, recently I was talking about my eyeshadow palette that I've used for 2 years. I was making that video without even linking it in mind. I was gonna link my lip rings, but then I found it on TikTok shop and I was like, oh, perfect. But I'm not trying to sell it, you know, I'm just talking about how I had it for 2 years and how I wanted a new one soon. And that's why I can post all of my TikToks as YouTube shorts, because selling an item is not integral to the video, you know, it's just, I link the things for the views, that's it. I hit 80K on TikTok a couple days ago, I don't know. Super happy about that, thank you so much, guys. And I think my growth has been really going a lot faster since I started, like, linking products, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And, you know, some people can be upset about it. Some people can say I'm, like, shilling products, but I'm never going like, buy this, you know? But yeah, the LTK thing, I don't know if it's really worth it. If I can do videos like I do on TikTok where I happen to be talking, I mean, I think I have to talk about the product if I'm posting a video on LTK. I guess I could. I mean, okay, so basically the way LTK works is you have to work up to being able to get paid brand deals on there. So you have to post like, I think like 8 videos a month or something about affiliate products, which I can probably just make videos just for that, but I feel like soulless doing that. But I probably can just to unlock like being able to get like paid sponsorships, but it takes like a while, I'm pretty sure. Like it's like locked. It's annoying. And you have to be invited to join this thing too. It's a whole thing. It's like, is it really even worth it? I want to find like an agency that'll just get me like sponsored deals, with, you know, and they'll take like a commission of what I make just to make sure that they'll actually do it too. Like instead of me paying them, I'll give them a commission of what I make. If I can find one of those, that would be awesome. After I post this video, I'm gonna get like a bunch of scam emails about this now because people will know I'm interested in it now. I get so many scam emails in my business email. Oh my god. I've been breaking out my tarot cards recently to show me like where am I gonna be in a year and yada yada yada, because like, you know, I have a lot of questions about the future that I want to ask it, which I feel a little silly doing tarot sometimes. This is like not against anybody who like does tarot like a lot. But the first time I picked up tarot was when I was like, I was going through it. Like I was literally insane. I don't want to say the exact situation because it's embarrassing, but it had to do with another person and I kept asking questions. That's all you need to know. I was insane. So that's like what tarot kind of reminds me of, but I feel like it can be used. I don't know. Maybe that's just my OCD talking though. Who knows? I do have, it's not me being like, I have OCD, like I actually have diagnosed OCD. Okay, so I'm allowed to say that. That's how it manifests for me, is it's like, I get a lot of the, if I do this, then this will happen kind of OCD, but it's, most of the time it's not really bad things. It's not really bad things will happen if I don't do this thing. It's more like if I win this game of solitaire, then this good thing will happen. What just happened? Oh, my light went out. Okay. Give me 1 second. I might have to move you to a different location. But anyways, like I was saying, it's not really like, I have so many bottles in the back there. That's embarrassing. Just ignore that. I'm not gonna move them. I'll eventually recycle them. It's not really like, oh, this one, if I do this thing, then this like bad thing will happen. I do get that sometimes, but it's like more often I get, if I win this game of solitaire, because solitaire is my thing, I guess, for doing this. If I win this game of solitaire, then, you know, this thing will happen, and it's a good thing. And it's something that I really want, though, so it's, like, it's devastating if I don't win the game of solitaire. You know what I mean? And I feel maybe that's a little bit of what I'm doing with tarot, but it's at least it's less addictive, actually. It's, like, a little less addictive than, you know, if I win this game, this will happen thing. How did we start talking about this? I don't know. But yeah, I think I'll leave this here. I have, you know, many things to do. What time is it? I have to leave at 3 and it is 1 o'clock, so I got 2 hours to make a couple videos. You know what, should I go pack orders? I want to make some videos today, but I can make them on Thursday. I should pack orders today. I'll go pack orders after this. And then I'll make like maybe 1 or 2 videos if I can. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Let me know if you like this kind of yapping content, because these are some pretty chill and easy videos to make. And I guess I can do them on weeks where I don't have like something planned, you know, which is kind of what I've been doing. Please let me know what kinds of videos you guys want to see from me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!